Marijuana, should it be legal or not legal?
You know what? I won't say should it be. I mean, it seems like the world is using it.
Well, the world is using cocaine.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You definitely.
And the world is on this fentanyl right now, which is crazy.
But that's killing people.
It's killing people.
You know what I mean? And when they go with the statistics on what marijuana do, I think they, try to make it seem like it's worse than what it is. But we all know that marijuana has been a drug I don't even call it a drug no more. I just call it marijuana. And people's been using it for centuries and still functioning and not having, addiction or losing jobs or have to. I mean, somebody may have in life, but, overall, I believe that America know that marijuana should have been legal a long time ago.
Well, the reason why I ask if marijuana should be legal or not is because there is a new bill in Washington, D.C., and it is called the MORE Act, M-O-R-E, Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, that is going to make weed legal on the federal level. Mm-hmm. Now, a bunch of states have already been passing it. Right. California already made it legal. Right. But it's kind of weird that state law does not supersede federal law.
No doubt.
So it's almost like it's legal in California, but at any time, at any moment, the feds can come in there and charge you.
So basically, let me ask you this. If I'm going down the street and I got, say, a half ounce of weed in my pocket and the police put me over, they won't take me to jail?
No, a half ounce of weed is only 14 grams. Right. Yeah, nothing will happen to you in California.
I don't smoke, so I just was, okay, that's
But if you're in, let's say, Idaho.
Right, I heard they'll get your ass.
You go into prison maybe for that same amount.
Right.
But yeah, California made it legal. Colorado made it legal. About 18, 20 states made it legal. Mm-hmm. But it still doesn't take away from the federal law, which is still illegal. I know some dudes that had marijuana dispensaries, which were legal in California, but it's crazy. The feds, whenever they pick and choose which marijuana dispensaries they want to hit.
They do, and I'm wondering what's the criteria for what should make them wants to hit that.
They just target you. If they don't like you. I know a dude who had a marijuana dispensary right around the corner, and he said that the feds got mad at him for something, and before he knew it, he lost both his dispensaries.
Well, was he in a certain area? Was he the zoning where he was? Was he close to something that they didn't feel he should be selling marijuana next to? I mean, how do some people make it and some people don't?
It just depends if you're lucky enough that the feds don't hit you.
Right.
So it's like rolling the dice to have a weed business in California. Even though it's legal in California, right. The feds can come anytime they want. But this bill will remove all of that if it passes.
True, because it still got to go through the Senate. But at the same time, on a legal level, what about all the convictions that they have from people for marijuana?
Well, this bill is supposed to, the E for more stands for expungement. Mm-hmm. So that means they're going to go back into certain cases and take away their convictions.
Well, see, that's the part where I'm skeptical about. For one, you use the word certain, and they certainly not going to let people out of jail, because, the prison system is on the stock market. It's a lot of high-ranking representatives in the Senate and the Capitol and the, politics, period, that have stocks in the prison system. So this is one reason why I believe that even if they was to do certain things, they wouldn't make it retroactive.
Well, this is a topic that has certainly become political because, as you said, it passed in the House of Representatives, but it only passed by party line. Mm-hmm. 435 people in the House, 221 Democrats, 201 Republicans, 5 empty seats. It passed in the House, and only 3 Republicans supported it. So 3 out of the 201 Republicans supported it. So this is definitely divided along party lines. So you might be right. The Republicans might say, hey, we don't want to pass this because of X, Y, Z. We don't like the expungement part. We don't want people getting out of jail. We don't want people, because also if you're a convicted felon because of a weed case and you get your case overturned, now you can vote now. Or, you get your rights will be restored if that's your only offense, right? Is marijuana. So there's a lot of little things.
There's a whole lot of dynamics to it.
No doubt. And in the Senate, I don't know if it's going to pass in the Senate because it needs 60 votes in the Senate. Mm-hmm. And there's 50 Republicans, there's 50 Democrats. So you need to get like 9 almost 10 of those Republicans to vote on it. And if you only got 3 Republicans in the House of Representatives, ain't no way you're going to get 9 or 10 in the Senate. So I don't know if this is even going to pass, but hey, at least we talking about it, and at least there's a bill, because one day marijuana will be legal.
Well, that's the thing about it. What is the benefit for it to be legal and not legal? For people who just recreationally smoke it. I don't think the feds or the state looking for nobody who go buy $100 worth of weed. You know, so when you get to talking about making it legal for who? Everybody who smokes weed has weed and smokes it and don't have a problem ever, and they've been doing it for 30 years and don't have a problem. I'm wondering, when you saying, who are these, who are you making it, by making it legal, who are you basically helping or assisting, or,
Well, I think it's going to help
the growers.
It's going to help the user. If the user buys an ounce, you're not going to go to jail in California, but there are a whole bunch of states that you will get arrested for it. You will go to jail. You will be locked up for a couple of weeks, a few months perhaps. So the laws vary from state to state.
Right.
So that's why this federal thing is if it would pass, would be good, because it'll remove all of the different state laws. Now there'll be one law that says it's legal for everybody, whether you're smoking, whether you have an ounce on you, or maybe even a pound.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you that if the feds legalize something, do that automatically make the states have to line up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That federal law supersedes state law. So let's say California says it's illegal. Then the Fed just passed a law and say it's legal. Now it's legal in California.
So the state can't do their own thing.
No, they can't go. That's why it's crazy that they made, California, Colorado, and a few other states, they went rogue to make marijuana legal, even though the Fed said, no, it's illegal. So I think the feds are just slowly catching up to the states to say, okay, maybe we should make it legal. Because here's the part that bothers me the most is that 60% of the people in jail or in prison for marijuana are people that look like us.
No doubt.
So, and these people shouldn't even be in prison in the first place.
True, but the sad part about it is, even if they pass this stuff, like I say, I seen it when they did the crack law. They put all those people in jail. They came to find out, they tried to say crack was worse than powder. After years and years of studies, if they found out that it wasn't, because the only thing you need to make crack is baking soda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when they stopped the bullshit and started saying, listen, man, we can't even fight this fight no more based on the facts that we have our lies, they changed the law. They drastically changed the law to make the widespread between the ratio between powder and crack. Once they closed that gap, you go to jail now and take a ton of crack to go to jail. They never let those people out. They didn't make it retroactive, so they never let those people out who got caught with 50 grams of crack. Even though now y'all say that we were wrong, it's the same. But you didn't let people out of jail.
Yeah, but what you went to prison for in 2004 could not happen today.
Oh, it wouldn't even happen. You probably wouldn't even have a case. The feds wouldn't even look at you, let alone probably do, state.
So that's a good thing that they changed.
It's a great thing, but it's also a bad thing that you didn't let the people who you wronged out.
Now, I think that if they changed the law from what you got convicted for in 2004, you should be able to go back and get that federal conviction expunged. Thanks for watching this video clip of Streets and Scholars podcast with Alex, Alonso, and FG. If you want to listen to the entire episode, go to your favorite podcast platform and type in Streets and Scholars. But we're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. And thanks for listening to another episode of Streets and Scholars.